Lightianos, vamos a empezar. Hola, ¿qué tal, muchachos? Bienvenidos. Esa cancioncita y esa imagen, por Dios. Muchachos, como les había prometido en esa partidita de Fortnite que ustedes vieron, y como los que estuvieron pendientes y los que fueron vivos, al final del video les había spoileado cuál era la nueva serie de este hermoso canal, y no es nada más ni nada menos que Metal Gear, papá. Metal Gear Solid 3, muchachos. Vamos a jugar esta colección de Metal Gear, los 3 juegos, porque son 3. Este cronológicamente es el primero. Tampoco les voy a explicar todo, aunque si ya jugaron el juego, pues obviamente ya sabrán la historia. Pero muchachos, ustedes no saben la cara que yo tenía de empezar esta serie. Entonces, muchachos, bienvenidos sean ustedes a esta legendaria aventura. Y que ojalá lo manquemos, porque la verdad que lo jugué hace mucho y pues no me acuerdo de mucho de la jugabilidad, pero bueno. Obviamente la versión norteamericana, porque la versión japonesa no la tengo. La original, pero igual. La versión norteamericana, el idioma obviamente español. Y empezar más partida, muchachos. Se viene, se viene. Tucu.
Papá, por favor, ni se le ocurra manquear.
Sospechaba hace rato que hace mucho, pero mucho tiempo que no juego un Metal Gear. Pero no, yo confío en mis habilidades y sé que no voy a manquear tanto. Yo confío. Mira esa intro, por Dios. A Hideo Kojima Game. Tactical Espionage Action.
No, así no se dice, papá.
Me importa un Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Oh, sí. Qué hermoso que es, por Dios. Ojalá no me saquen... No me saquen copia por esa canción. A ver, opciones, sangre con sangre, obviamente. Visión primera persona normal. Mover cámara de vista tercera persona, sí, está bien. Cámara arriba abajo normal. Cámara de izquierda a derecha normal. Anotaciones con... Ese es en tiempo real, pantalla completa, obviamente. El brillo. No puedo mover nada. No. Salir. Especial. Acciones básicas. Te muestran todo. Movimiento, andar, correr, agachado. Bueno, yo más o menos me acuerdo de todo eso, muchachos. No hay problema de eso. Más o menos nos acordamos nosotros. Más o menos me acuerdo. Obviamente ahorita está aquí en el de foto. No sé por qué miro esa boludez.
Oh, sí, cargamos partida. No hay datos guardados, señor.
No, ahora sí. Sin hablar tantas pelotudeces, vamos a empezar, muchachos. Vamos, carajo, vamos. ¿Por qué no empieza la partida? Una partida. Estoy jugando a la serie Metal Gear Solid por primera vez. No, tampoco. Me gusta Metal Gear Solid 1. Me gusta Metal Gear Solid 2. Me gusta Metal Gear Solid 3. Asumiendo. Esta es fácil, esta es normal, esta es difícil y esta es extremo. Entonces vamos a ponerla normal, claramente. Así ven. Nivel de dificultad. Muy fácil, normal, difícil, normal, obviamente. Vamos a poner ni difícil ni muy fácil. Eso es una boludez. Oh, sí.
Papá.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two.
¿Y por qué habla así ese señor, papá?
Porque es Snake. Así es, señor. Mi nombre es Snake. ¿Sí va a hablar usted, Snake? Por supuesto, señor. Uy, le puse muy alto, boludo. La concha, pero bueno. No pasa nada. David Hayter.
¿Ese es Snake, papá?
Yeah. Suzette Mignette, L'Oreal, Nate Ross, Josh Keaton. Jim Ward, Brian Cummings. Ese nombre está muy sospechoso. James Madis, Hyer Haley, Jim Piddock. 5:30 AM, agosto 24 de 1964. Pakistaní Airplanes.
Papá, esto de me gusta Metal Gear.
Got high visibility.
No era la dificultad.
No. Mira eso, por Dios. ¿Cómo estás, Snake?
Estoy bien, señor, muy bien.
Put on your mask.
Soy rebelde.
No mentiras.
No, señor,
Yo hablo es
This
así.
is Pennywise. Know what he's
Señor,
doing?
no se equivoque conmigo. Sí, sí, sí. Siento que vos nos hablas como pechano. Y como...
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
Con calma. No, yo hablo un poquito más. Sobre todo.
Oh, sí.
Escena de cigarrillo espectacular.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening
Papá, se va a
rear
comer
hatch.
todo el video ahí la escena inicial.
Yes, Ernest. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Que no me pongan copy, que no me pongan copy, por
External
favor.
temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Esa es la doctora, papá.
Wings.
And fly.
Eso
God be
parece.
with you.
Directed by Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission.
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized as a unit.
Virtuous mission.
Virtuous Mission.
Initiation ritual.
No sé por qué hablo así,
Obvious
señor.
for training.
Pero tengo la voz así siempre.
So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist
Papá,
requested a sled
usted sabe que
west
Kojima
of
siempre
one.
explica absolutamente todo.
Yo
His
sé, no
name
me
is
estoy quejando,
Nikolai
no me estoy
Stepanovich
quejando.
Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov.
Sokolov.
Rocket scientist.
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence.
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from a research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete. We were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No. Missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Papá, toda la cinemática se comió como 10 minutos de vida.
¿Y yo qué puedo hacer?
Y se pone el copy, papá.
Pues con el dolor de mi alma me toca quitar la música. ¿Qué puedo hacer?
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate
Sí,
Selinoyarsk
Jack.
in the Soviet mountains.
Sí,
Ensure
no.
the safety of
Qué vista tan
Sokolov and
hermosa la
bring
que
him back to the
tengo.
west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Papá, este señor da muy raro.
Sokolov is up.
Hace todo el tiempo así.
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Qué emoción, boludo.
Pues papá, tiene que cazar serpientes. Ranas. Hasta ratas yo creo que debe comer, papá.
Uy, qué padre esa. La rata, boludo, prefiero culebra.
La concha de la lona se me enredó.
Oh, entrada épica. Oh yeah. Solo por curiosidad, cuando termine la cinemática quiero ver cuánto se comió. Por curiosidad.
Papá, ¿qué es lo que suena?
El vecino, pecha, el vecino.
Voy a demostrar mi cara sexy. Oh, sí.
Qué hermoso, por Dios. Oh, sí,
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory. Somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Well, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your
Ya perdió, papá.
Is that clear?
Esta es una buena para
This
seguir.
kind of infiltration
Perdón.
is the Fox unit's
Yo soy muy buena
specialty.
para exigirlo.
In other words, weapons and equipment
Terrible.
are secure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I liked snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
Ay,
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the
Gotcha.
subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack.
yeah.
I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
Papá, ¿por qué se está insultando?
¿Yo qué vas a
Find the
ver?
tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Este
I'll be
action.
monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating...
Sí, pero tú siempre estás insultando, por Dios.
My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Oh, sí, yo me puedo mover.
Sí, correr con Vito. Con X me agacho. A ver, ¿cuánto se comió todo esto? 20 minutos. La concha de la logra.
Señor, solamente tenemos 10 minuticos y ya.
Sí. La concha de la madre, yo no pensé que se iba a comer tanto. Todavía no se ha probado, se desconoce su sabor, vacío, vacío. Opciones, a ver, ¿qué dice acá? Lo mismo. ¿Y mapa? No está muy bueno el mapa. 10 minuticos de acción nomás. La concha de la lora. A ver. Levantate, boludo. Con esto no pasa nada. El cuchillo. La comida. A ver. Por aquí claramente no puedo. ¿Dónde estaba la mochila? Ah,
¿Qué hace, señor?
es por acá. ¿Pero por qué te parás, boludo? Eso. Oh, sí, primera serpiente.
Papá, ¿cómo se nos olvida la carne? La carne no puede sobrevivir.
Perdón, se me había olvidado. A ver, aquí, ¿qué es picho? ¿Triángulo tal vez? Sí. Perfecto. Listo, señor. Ya tengo la mochila.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From
Ya.
that list, choose the weapon you want to equip
Pulsa
and
X,
press
listo.
the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the
Yeah.
survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on
¿Cómo
your
así,
stamina
papá? En
so
este
you don't
juego
run
tienen
out.
que curar las
To
heridas.
recover lost stamina, you can hunt
Yeah.
for local flora and fauna.
Y si no como las heridas, se muere.
Use either your tranquilizer gun or your
Y
knife.
si no como, también se muere.
My only weapon is
concha
a
de
Mark
lora.
22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the
Papá, no
suppressor
veo
will
complicado
deteriorate
que
every
usted,
time
que
you
usted pueda
fire.
pasar el primer capítulo
Once
sin
durability reaches
pelear, la
zero,
verdad.
the noise suppression effect will be gone.
No sé qué no voy a afiliar.
Don't get too
Estoy completamente seguro.
The suppressor's
Lo veo casi
durability is
imposible.
shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that
Ah,
purpose.
pastilla de muerte
SAS
fácil. Ah, bueno.
guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. Send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your
Ah,
hands.
no, tremenda.
Real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance.
Papá, yo creo que después de que acabe esta llamada le va a tocar cortar el primer capítulo ahí.
Acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording
Creo
your
que sí, yo no me acordaba que fuera
member
tan
of Fox as well,
hiper,
and
mega
is here
largo.
on the gunship with
Este inicio, pero bueno.
She.
Sí.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh?
Jojo.
John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh.
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Bosses?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe
Yo no
in,
puedo hacer nada,
absolute
pichar.
certainty, is the
Además que la
mission.
conversación está épica.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Come,
Snake.
Snake.
Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
Joder. Yo no me
Dr.
acordaba que fuera
Sokolov is
tan
being
largo
held in an abandoned factory
esta
located
llamada y
north of your
la
current
historia, boludo, pero bueno.
Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
No sé.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
No sé.
Commencing virtuous mission. Now.
No. Oh yeah. Ay, por fin. ¿Y ahora cuánto se comían en la llamada? Por Dios, la concha de la lora. Más de 10 minutos en una llamada. Uff. Camuflaje. Cara. Bosque. Negra. Máscara. Ah. No spoileé, papá, no spoileé. Sí, 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 sí. La pintura negra. Esa, papá. Así se parece. A ver, perdón. Pongamos esta aquí, con madres. Por ahora pongamos esta. Desnuda la cintura para arriba. No, tampoco. No. No. No, boludo. Esta tal vez. Pero papá está en un bosque, ¿quién le va a servir esa mierda? Tiene razón, mejor esta. A ver, mochila. Cuchillo de supervivencia, micrófono, prismáticos. Pastilla de muerte falsa, píldora resucitadora, sensor personal, detector de movimiento. Sí. Comida. Pitón reticular y lo demás. Ya. Bueno, tampoco es mucho lo que puedo hacer, pero bueno. A ver, avancemos un momentico por acá. ¿Por aquí llegué? Sí, ¿cierto? No. Es más adelante. Serpiente por acá. Maña. Ya usted funciona, la única serpiente que hay por acá, señor. Okay. Entonces prosigamos por acá. A ver, muchachos, si tenemos el primer enfrentamiento. A ver, papá,
Acuérdese que en este juego es un juego viejito. Tiene mecánicas así como medio...
A ver. Oh shit. Bueno, la forma de apuntar y parar tampoco es la mejor. Pero bueno. A ver. I can totally see you. Hasta un trofeo. Oh, qué emoción. Mi primer trofeito. A ver. Hay una serpientica por acá. A ver, serpiente, venga por acá. No hay culebritas por aquí. Necesito algo más de comida. No se pudo. Oh shit.
Here we go again.
Oh shit.
Señor, yo creo que le toca matar a estos cocodrilos.
¿Será? ¿Será que le disparo? Shit, me gasté una bala. A ver. El camino sigue por acá. Por aquí no hay nada aparte de los cocodrilos. Bueno. Como todavía no estoy acostumbrado. Oh shit. Y esto es lodo, la concha de la madre. ¿Cómo carajo le esquivo? Quieto. Oh shit. Corre, Snake, corre, corre. No me vaya a pegar. No, no, no. Todo bien, tranquilo. Oh shit.
Señor, yo creo que se demora demasiado con el cuchillo.
Pero hay que gastar balas al principio. Pero pará con los coletazos, boludo. La concha de tu madre. A ver, recupera vida, papi. Recupera vida. Oh, sí, primero batalla épica contra un cocodrilo con un cuchillo. Hay que llegar hasta allá. A ver. Hay que tener paciencia, muchachos. Estos juegos son así. Son juegos viejitos, hay que tener la paciencia. A ver. Cúrate, Snake.
Señor, ya me está dando hambre. Pero papá, ¿usted por qué sigue hablando como si fuera... como si tuviera una voz parecida a mí?
Porque me duele mucho la garganta tratando de hacerla así. Me duele demasiado la garganta. Joder, pero que se demora muchísimo en recuperar la vida, bro, por Dios. A ver. ¿Cómo hago para llegar sin pelear? Es que no veo una forma para llegar sin pelear, la verdad. ¿Cuánto llevamos de vida? 40 ya, la concha. A ver. Recuperamos más o menos la vida, a ver. Ah, shit. ¿Cómo me mató?
Snake, what happened? Snake! Snake!
No, por Dios, qué bien empezamos, la puta madre. Bueno, nos esperemos de otra forma, porque la verdad no fue tan bien, a ver. Así no pudimos haber acostado a ver si nos pilla el hijo de... Porque la verdad es muy humillante que me haya matado un cocodrilo empezando la partida. Sinceramente les digo. Morite, la concha de la madre, parece que sí funciona. ¿Cuánta vida tiene, por Dios? No, ¿qué haces, boludo? No te levanté. Que no te levantes, la concha de tu madre, Snake. Perfecto. A ver el siguiente. A ver. ¿Está aquí? La puta madre, es que está la cola, la concha de la madre. Pero ¿por qué te levantás, boludo? Yo no entiendo, Snake. No, todo bien, cocorriquito, todo bien, todo bien. Morite una vez, por Dios. ¿Pero por qué te levantás, boludo?
Papá, ¿no sabes por qué se cansa de estar ahí?
Ay, la concha de su madre. Listo, ya funciona. Bien. Bueno, yo solo tengo un camino, sinceramente. Por aquí, por el medio de esto y ya. A ver. Confiemos en Snake. ¡Corre, Snake! ¡Corre, Snake! ¡Corre! ¡Corre, Nake! ¡Corre! Bien, mío, muy bien. Listo. Logramos ganar la primera pelea. ¡Qué pros que somos, boludo! ¡Vamos! No, qué vergüenza, por Dios, me mata un fucking cocodrilo de orto, por Dios. Vení. Ven para acá. Perfecto. A ver. A ver, comida porque no bajó. A ver. Comer. Obviamente comer. Ya, chupet. Estaba bueno. Sí me gusta. Ya comimos. Llevamos 45. A ver. No, para. Por si acaso. Prosigamos, muchachos. No quería afiliar en el primer capítulo, pero es inevitable. No estoy acostumbrado. Cinemática. A ver.
Mi papá, está como sexy, matachito en esa mapita le queda como bien.
Por supuesto que soy sexy.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47.
Oh, sí, los primeros soldaditos. Pero creo que no se va a poder matar.
Snake, your presence in Soviet
María,
territory
esta
is already a
aventura llamada.
violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is
puedo
a
pelear.
stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the
Papá,
mission
te vos
depends
es
on
la
how well you use your
maestra de Snack.
camouflage.
Sí, yo sé, picha.
Change your camouflage by selecting
Y es
camouflage from the survival
rubia y toda
window.
sexy.
The
Yo sé,
uniform option lets you pick your
No tan
uniform.
sexy como
The
Aida.
face option lets you change your face.
Estoy triste, papá.
Choosing camouflage
Pechan.
that blends in with your surroundings.
Ya es hora que
helps you
superes a
conceal
Ada,
yourself
boludo.
more effectively.
Además, hay otro personaje femenino que le va a gustar, picha.
Anything that
No
moves
creo que supere a
stand
Aida.
out in the jungle.
Tal vez no.
If you just
Yo creo que
stand
sí.
up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index.
No, ¿en serio? Yo no me di cuenta hasta que
Camo
estuve
index
lo
shows how well
Cállese,
your
pito.
current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Ok. Otra llamada. 3 llamadas. A ver, hay algo por acá. Que yo creo que vamos dejando el capítulo, este primer capítulo por acá. Ay, que soy boludo también, boludo. Ya me pilló este pendejo. A ver.
No, papá, yo no sé cuántos capítulos le va a gustar que pasa este juego. Dios mío.
Eso, papi, sí me gusta. Así me deja despedir el video. Epa. Aquí hay un ítem, a ver qué es. Y es un repelente. ¡Oh! ¡Qué emoción! Un repelente. Concha de la lora, deja de ir. Ay, Dios. O sea que puedo despedir el video, señor soldado. Bueno. ¿Con qué hacía la llamada? Ah, con este. Sí. Este es el mayor, el paramédico, the boss. Y aquí guardar, aquí está.
Saving the game, Snake?
¿Estás ganando la partida, Snake?
Por supuesto, pelotuda. Nueva partida. ¿Quieres que un archivo nuevo? Of course. Nos va, oh, sí, 45 minutos con 11 segundos. Ok.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
No me digas que ahora me vas a contar la historia de una película.
It's about this monster.
Sí, señor, le voy a contar todas las películas de Godzilla. ¿Qué le parece?
Goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? And the Martian what's right about now?
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune
No
to
me
all
jodas.
weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo,
Ya.
obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version
No,
too.
¿en serio?
I
Cállate,
recommend seeing
pirón,
the
déjeme
original
contar la
Japanese one
película.
if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you're getting a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Bueno, está bien. Bueno, muchachos, después de esa llamada y esa historia de Godzilla innecesariamente larga, yo creo que vamos dejando este primer capítulo de Snake Eater.
¿Cómo así, papá? ¿Te estaba en la canción?
Por supuesto. Entonces, no olviden dar su like, suscribirse y, como siempre, hasta la próxima. Despídese, por favor, Pecha.
Hasta nunca, muchachos.
¿Cómo que hasta nunca?
Sí, yo estoy planeando irme con Aita, yo no me voy a acompañar en esta serie.
¿Por qué? Vos tenés que acompañarme siempre, boludo. Vos sos parte del canal también, así que no me va a dejar, no me va a abandonar. No me puedes abandonar, Pecha, lo siento.
Yo sí lo voy a abandonar, papá. Pero sí, chao, muchachos, que les vaya bien.
Bueno, muchachos, nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo. Chao, chao.